What sort of difficulties have you faced when you've been on your tours in various places?
Well, the nearest we've come to difficulties in the jungle, in terms of the jungle, is when we were doing a show in Jakarta. And
where is that?
Jakarta, well, Java,
Borneo,
yes, the
Indonesia,
New Guinea area, yeah. Anyway,
somewhere around there.
Somewhere around that area. Yeah. And we were doing the show, and Sukarno was there, and there was about 60,000 people. And right in the middle, just before we went on, a monsoon hit, and dreadful. And the makeshift stage, of course, because they didn't have permanent stages at that particular time, completely got washed out, and there was about at least 3 foot of water up to past the amplifiers. And the audience got pretty angry, and Sukarno ordered the soldiers should go in front of the stage to stop the audience attacking. Yes, because we said we wouldn't go on, you see, because we didn't want to get electrocuted. And so the promoter came backstage, he came into the shed where we were. And he said to us, listen, he said, we know it's pretty bad, the water and everything on stage, and you could get electrocuted, but there's 60,000 people out there, and it could be worse if you don't go on. He said, however, he said, I do have a remedy. And we said, what's that? We said, we have this little supporting act that have come up from Bali. If they go on first and they live, will you go on?
Is there a country on this planet you've not performed in? You've been all over the world. Borneo.
Borneo.
Yeah.
Well, we appeared in Jakarta once, in Indonesia, which was a horrendous experience. We actually had a monsoon in the middle of the show.
This is an outdoor deal?
Outdoor gig, yeah, and all the mains went out, and there was about an inch of water on the stage, and we thought we were going to get electrocuted. But the promoter was very nice. He said, if the group that goes on before you, if they come off alive, will you go on?
And you go on.
Yeah.
Use the opening act as kind of chum. Just send them out there. They're not around anymore.
Yeah.
We actually went on, and they had Sukarno, President Sukarno, who was in charge at the time of Indonesia, had his soldiers at the front, and making sure that we didn't get off, not to make sure the crowd didn't get on.
Yeah.
Very big.
How do you perform under those circumstances? It must just be
very badly. No, actually, you just sort of totally try to ignore it, really.
So all that touring with your brothers and that, there must be a favourite BG moment of yours.
Well, there are tremendous amounts of moments that can go wrong. I mean, we were doing a show in Jakarta in front of 60,000 people, and there was a monsoon going on, and we didn't want to go on because we didn't want to get electrocuted. So they came backstage and he said, you've got to go on, otherwise it'll be a riot. And we said, it's pouring with rain. If we get electrocuted, we're dead. And he said, well, we'll do a deal. We'll send on the support act. If they live, will you do it?
The greatest story of all, for us anyway, was a personal appearance we made in Jakarta in Indonesia. And it was a monsoon. A monsoon struck on the night of the show, and there was about 70,000 natives with spears, like Massachusetts. Remember that? I do, I'll never forget it. But it was very much a military-style government, Sukarno and people like that. So the crowd wanted to leave, but the army wouldn't let them, so they turned all the guns on the crowd, and they sort of held them. We've never had an audience by force before, but this was the first time. And the guy that was the military man in charge came up to us and said, will you go on? And we said, well, there's an inch of water on the stage. If we go on the stage, we get killed. There's like an inch of water. You touch the microphone, you're gone, And we said, well, we just, you can't go on like this. We have to wait until it dries up. It's impossible. And the guy actually said, well, there's a group going on before you. If they come off alive, will you go on? Thanks a lot.